My name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden. Here is where I empower women to reclaim their authentic power, embrace their inner wisdom, and transform life's most challenges. Transitions into profound opportunities for spiritual growth and self-discovery. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Subscribe to the newsletter at Elizabeth Magical Garden, as well as check out my podcast at Elizabeth Magical Garden, which goes live every single.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, welcome back to the podcast. I pray that everything is well. I pray that all is in great spirits. We have a great segment today. It is a snowy, cold day today, but we are here. Recently, we just had a big storm in New York City, and this has been the first for 2026. I haven't seen a storm like this for a very long time. I don't believe that we had that much snow last year, so I'm hoping that this year we're not going to make up for the lack of last year, but that's a whole nother thing. We're here, thank God. So, and I pray that everybody that lives in New York City had the ability to stay nice and cozy, something to eat in the house, and just make sure you try your best to stay clear of the roads when possible, because, you know, we want to be safe, right? So today's topic, embracing your 2026 transformation. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like a winner. Okay. I'm feeling good. 2026. I don't know if you are into astrology, but a lot of the air signs is basically we are free from bondage. Okay. Shout out to my Geminis, my Aquarius, my Libras. You know, it's basically our moments, especially if you are a Gemini. This is a time for the air signs to literally be air, to bring in the abundance that has not been clear to us, right? Because let's just face it, air can be here, there, and everywhere, but we are now coming out of a season of captivity. Regardless if you are an air sign or not, this is your time. There's something sweet. There's the aroma for 2026 is just feeling really, really good to me. And I said that even around, I believe it was like right before the new year, I was getting a couple of things and I was just like, I feel good about this year. And this lady just came out of nowhere. She was like, me too. So it's something going around. And I just felt like this segment is going to be a great catalyst to give you that little oomph that you need to seal it in, bring it in, right? Whenever self-development becomes your priority, major changes start to happen. You start to witness life from a different lens. And I know for me, I've started this journey 2025 October. I did mention to you guys that I like to use Samhain, Halloween, to recalibrate and set intention for the new year. A lot of people usually wait until the new year. I like to start a couple of months ahead so I can really just get off going. I like to get the things, get the planner, get the new pens, get the new everything that's going to allow me to have the tools right at my fingertips. If I could just take a few minutes of your time to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time to tune in every single week and listen and view these episodes. Number 2, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We would love to have you be part of this community as well. Let's get back into the episode. Before I start, I want to discuss courses. And I know a lot of people have mixed feelings, of course. I'm definitely going to be offering courses on my platform as well. I've already started. As of right now, the things that I've been mentioning and making available on my platform are free, but there are going to be some things that will no longer be free as well. And come on, we got to keep the lights on, right? The reason why I'm mentioning courses is because I find that, and I'm just speaking from personal experience, I've spent money on courses. I spent money on courses when I shouldn't have spent the money. But I'm a firm believer, anytime you spend money on education, it's money well spent. Sometimes I go through the whole course. Sometimes I get through half the course. Sometimes I skim through the course and may revisit it maybe like a year or two later. And the reason why I am being candid in this way is because energy is energy. Sometimes you just need that medium as a catalyst to get you to the next version of yourself, right? Because a lot of times we'll do the research, but if you have somebody that took the time to do the research, to put the things in order and created and packaged the thing that you need to get you to the next version of yourself, I would always suggest for you to get it. Number one, you have the tool, right? And you also are able to create a version of yourself with the intent of understanding. Because a lot of times people find it hard to move forward because they don't have a level of confidence. And when you have certain tools in your arsenal, and you know, guys, I'm always talking about that. Although when I hit 50, guys, everything I knew went through the wayside. I had to start over. But I believe that one of the reasons why that although I had to get rid of at least 80% of the things that was no longer working with me, yes, that's what menopause will do. And turning 50, that was an extra thing. I was able to level up in such a way because I was already working on that muscle. I would acclaim it to working out. It's been times where I would be in the gym and I can see the difference in my body. I'm getting toned. I'm doing this, and I'm moving. I'm shaking. I'm at the strongest. And then life happens. Maybe something happened, and I have to take some time off. I'm still working out, but not as intense, and the muscles are not showing up the way they were. I may not be as toned, right? But what happens what happens is when I get back into the gym, my recovery is so much faster because muscle has memory. So never think that you can ever have too much education. Is the only time that you are wasting your time is if you're just consuming and you're not doing, right? We want to consume and we want to do. And one would say you want to do more than you're consuming. Making self-development a priority. Major changes start to happen, right? You start to feel good. You start to feel developed in areas that you didn't know that you needed. You start to experience life from a different lens. This can leave many put off by your newfound knowledge. People tend to become afraid of the things that they don't understand. And when you get into your self-development, you will change. The things that used to be funny may not be as funny. The conversations you used to lend yourself to, you may not have time for. And people around you may be put off for that, but this is not for you to stop. Right? Because a lot of times people start to stop because they didn't heal that people pleasing. And you remember we spoke about that in other episodes. Be sure to check those out. People pleasing mode. You get into this people pleasing mode and then you dial back. Do not allow this to happen, especially in 2026. Okay. This is not the year for that. If somebody is afraid of or not celebrating your ability to grow, you may want to I'm sorry, you're going to have to cut them off. Okay. There's no other way about it. And usually it's the closest person to you. So you may not physically cut them off, but you could, I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. You can do a mental death. And I have a episode when I discuss that in my vlog channel, which is Elizabeth Magical Garden. And all the links will be down below, where I discussed about having a mental death, because let's just face it, sometimes we can't just move and start a whole new life and get rid of all the people that surround us. Sometimes you can physically show up, but you just say it in your mind, like, I don't want your life. I don't want to live the way you live in. And that person may be living fine, but that's not what you want for your life. So why are you even taking in what they think about you? Who cares what they think, right? Who cares? You know the bigger goal. You know the reason why you are developing yourself, because you want more. You have reached a point in your life where you have success. You have acclaimed the things. You raised the kids. You put them through college. You built that company. You moved forward. You got your education. But now it's time to get to another level. And this newfound knowledge can have people put off, and it's okay. Why? Well, for one, you are no longer the pawn in somebody else's story. Okay. No longer are we here asking, for more Tisa. We're not asking for that. Okay. We are the kettle. We are the stove. We are the fire that is moving forward. Because why? Because divine source says so. Because God said so. Okay. I didn't say it. He did. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, says the Lord. Period. Okay. And this also puts you in a space where you are not only leading yourself, but you are leading others. Because anybody that is around somebody like that, two things is going to happen. The people that are not with it, they're going to fall off to the wayside. You don't even have to cut them off. They're going to stop being around you because they're not ready, not because you're better than them, because they're not ready to do the work. And that's fine, right? We all reach different levels at certain points in time, right? And then the people that are in alignment with you are going to start to show up in your life. This is why it's important for you to believe in yourself and to continue doing the work. The threat of your growth can really scare you. You're the first person that you're going to have to battle and duke it out with, because during the course of life, especially when you're in your 50s, your 60s, your 70s and beyond, unfortunately, a lot of the newfound phrases that we have nowadays, we didn't have back then. This can leave you in a place of self-doubt, self-loathing. Residuals of those things definitely will occur. This is something that I've struggled with in my life. I've mentioned in latter episodes, right? I had to do a lot of self-development, a lot of work, therapy, going to church, sitting with self, practicing mindfulness, breathing exercises. This is something that I still do to this day. In the mornings, the first thing I do is breathe. I do my breathing exercises because not only does it help me get to center, it also heals my nervous system. Because without a clear nervous system, guys, it's impossible to do any of the things that I am mentioning. Most people can feel threatened, even resentful of you taking initiative to make yourself a priority. Life is full of challenges, but 2026 is your year to shine brighter than you have ever done before. You've been in the tunnel, digging yourself out of a tomb you found yourself in. Child, think about it. You've been doing the work for so long that you don't even realize that you've changed. You know when they say you're usually the last person to find out, and this is what happens, right? Because unfortunately, when we come to a certain space in our lives, and you've been working so hard, especially people that's been born in the 70s and beyond, and even before, working and toiling has been hand in hand with who we have become. And now that you are in this sweet spot, which is your 50s, your 60s, your 70s and beyond, and you have acclaimed all this success. And listen, regardless if you have went to college, you build the businesses, you raise the children, it's safe to say that in this big age, you learned a couple of things. I want you to sit with that. You are a success within yourself. This is something that no one could ever take away from you. No more are the days of selfless acts where you sacrifice your own wants or needs. 2026 is your year of redemption. Period. We those days where everybody, oh, you could go first. Oh, I'm just here. No. We're not begging to be seen. And we definitely are not stepping aside because now our age has, let's just say, has a grander scale, so to speak. Do you see Diana Ross sitting down? This woman is forever young. Do you see Cher sitting down? I mean, hence, my girl got, I believe one of her boyfriends, I don't know if they're still together. I don't know if he's 20 something or 32. My girl is doing it, okay? She's not sitting here. Do you see Madonna sitting down? Say what you want to say, but my girl is still grooving and shaking. She don't care, okay? There's no reason for you to allow yourself to be giving up, especially in this 2026. This is your year to shine, girl, okay? This is your year to push through all those negative thoughts because, girl, if you gotten this far, bravo. Your cycle will reveal itself. Some will cheer you on and some will hate you. And well, the others will fall in line. Why? Because you are an asset. Someone who has taken the time to invest in themselves becomes a valuable presence in any space they occupy. Period. When you take that amount of time to work on yourself, to move forward, despite all the naysayers. When you walk into a room, you take up space. Your energy takes up space. People can't help but look your way. This is what this is why self-development is so precious. When you commit to growth, you naturally elevate, guys. Your energy shifts. Your standards rise. Your boundaries become non-negotiable. Star factors. Think about anyone that you know that has accomplished and acclaimed themselves to be a particular type of person. Maybe this person is an avid reader. Right. I remember going when I was in high school and math wasn't my forte. Okay. And there was this young girl, I don't want to say nerdy, but she was, but guess what? She owned it. And I loved her so much. Number one, she helped me with my math. Okay. Shout out. And every time she would walk past, and of course, your girl is in the hallway with all the other girls is not doing well in the math class, right? And she took a liking to me, and I always appreciated her. She would walk past and she'd be like, Elizabeth, it's time for math. And my friends, well, some of them would laugh. Of course, they were no longer my friends, because I was serious about this girl. I did not allow anybody to tease her or make fun of her. I never liked that. I was always for the underdog. I never appreciated somebody laughing at somebody else because they look different, sound different. That just never was my thing, right? But I always feel like freedom of speech, a person's ability to show up in the world the way they see fit, because we all have a space in this world. Who are you to tell me that I'm wrong because I don't choose to live my life like you? You better get out my face, right? So when she would say, when she would remind me to go, class in 5 minutes, some of the girls would be like, oh my God, Liz, class in 5 minutes. And I would just look at them like, yes, class is in 5 minutes. And maybe if you were going to class, you would know more too. Right. And I was one of those people that knew if I didn't know anything. Okay. I was one of those people that I don't care how cool we are outside of class and how much fun we were doing and the things that we wasn't supposed to be doing. When I got into class, I'm not sitting next to you. I'm not sitting next to you. Why would I want to sit next to the people that's not doing better than me? Right? So what did this girl do? She had acclaimed a space within herself because she had the ability to focus. She had the ability to grow in a level because she was able to retrieve the information in a way that made her a scholar in her own right. Right? She wasn't thinking about, oh my God, my hair, my what's the next fashion? Her fashion was her math. Okay? And she was good at it. And she always had good snacks too. Right? So your ability to shine and show up in the world is something that is unmatched. Use that for your potential. Use that as a factor for 2026. Flex your ish, okay? Because guess what? This is your time to shine. The people who truly love and support you will celebrate your transformation. They'll see the light in your eyes returning, the confidence in your voice growing, the peace in your spirit deepening. These are your people. Those are the type of people that you want to be around, the people that's going to celebrate you. Why be around someone that's not going to appreciate you? Never allow yourself to small yourself because the room you're in is too small. Get into bigger rooms. This is something that I've been really working hard and doing, especially moving forward in my business, because it's really hard to continue a particular momentum if you are not around like-minded people. Guys, this is not something that is new, right? You want to be, if you're no longer how can you say, if you're no longer a caterpillar, right? Maybe one time you was a caterpillar. You was a caterpillar, you was in your cocoon, you were learning, you were growing, you were moving and shaking, and you became a butterfly. You want to be around other butterflies. It's okay. And it's not to say that the people that are in your life, it's no shade towards them. But listen, if you throwing shade on me because I chose me and I chose to grow, right? Bye-bye. Period. There is no time, especially in this big age that we find ourselves in, to be around put off, miserable people. A lot of people, unfortunately, when we get to these ages, age will tell on you. Okay. It will show your regrets. It will show where you are stagnant. It would show where you didn't work with the things that you didn't work on, and so forth. And that's okay, because we can't be 100% in everything. You can't. But what I do know is that the things that I am good at, what you're not going to do is hold me back. If you have to claw your way out, you do that. Because why? You deserve it. You deserve it. The ones who resist your growth, they're revealing where they are on their own journey. It's the truth. Their discomfort isn't about you. It's about what your transformation reflects back to them, about their own stagnation. That is not your problem. That's for them to do the work. It's not for you to stop what you're doing and lift everybody back up. We're not doing that anymore. I don't know if you heard the old saying, crabs in a barrel. What does crabs in a barrel mean? You put a whole bunch of crabs live crabs, right, in a barrel. For the crabs that's trying to claw their way out, there are 3 or 4 pulling that crab down. That's not where you want to be. That's not your habitat. You are shedding the old skin. The old you served a purpose. That version of you survived circumstances, navigated challenges, and brought you to this very moment. Honor that version. Honor it. You didn't get this far to not celebrate yourself. Honor yourself. You survived. You are a survivor. You are not meant to stay who you were. You're not. And this goes for anyone, right? And if you are under the sound of my voice, understand that this message is for you. This is your moment. 2026 is your moment in time to not only celebrate yourself, to understand that God has a divine timing for your life, and you are exactly where you need to be. Whether big or small the dream, this is your moment to move forward. You didn't get this far to move backwards. You didn't get this far to give up. This is the A team, not the B. There is no plan B. That's it. Because when you reach 50s, 60s, 70s, you've gotten to a point, it's safe to say, okay, that you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot to offer this world. There are people looking up to you, whether you know this or not. Whether you know this or not. Release guilt about outgrowing relationships that no longer align with your higher self. Stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable with their own limitations. Embrace the discomfort of becoming someone new. Trust that the right people will love every version of you, past, present, and future. Because the same way you looked up to others, others are looking up to you. Your divine purpose, your ability in this life is to flourish and to become your higher version. And this version is always, always changing. As long as God sees fit to open your eyes, you are always being challenged to grow and to become your higher version. It's not about being stagnant, guys. And a lot of reasons why people tend to plateau is because they get to a point in life where they become afraid. For some reason, that light starts to dim because you have people in your ear telling you, oh, you're too old to do this. Oh, you still doing that? Oh, I gave this up a long time ago. Well, that's you, boo. That's you. I seen this woman the other day. She was a bodybuilder, and I think she was like 82 years old. Excuse me? 82? And looking good. With the gray hair and all. With the gray hair and all. So this is your permission slip. You don't need permission to transform. You don't need it. But this is your permission slip. You don't need permission to transform. You don't need approval to prioritize yourself. You don't need validation to pursue the life you've been dreaming about. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to become your highest version of yourself. You are allowed to grow in such a way that God's love shines through you. When people see you, they see the divine source that runs through your veins, guys. So, I conclude this episode in welcoming you. Welcoming this new version of yourself. Welcome to your year of redemption. Welcome to 2026. Welcome home to yourself, honey, because you got that flame. Because why? Because God says so. Guys, be sure to check all the links down below. Stay tuned for all the things that I will be offering in the present and the future. Since we are here talking about 2026, I am so excited to share the things that I will be offering you guys. I truly believe that in this community, we can grow. We are moving forward. God has seen fit for us to do so. I thank you to all my listeners. Thank you to all the people that take time to support this channel, support this platform. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Share this episode with anyone that you believe will benefit from these beautiful words. Guys, be sure to sign up to the email list at Elizabeth Magical Garden. All the links are down below. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel for this podcast at Elizabeth Magical Garden Podcast. All the links are down below. Guys, stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay empowered. Peace. Hey guys, leave a comment, a review, preferably 5 stars. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram because what is popping over there. And also check out my YouTube channel to stay connected and see your girl's lovely face. Guys, I love you so much. Keep on pushing, and I'll definitely speak to you soon. Be blessed.